A's Extra.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show. Almost time for Game 10, Chatham at Cotuit, and it's time for the Manager's Show with Chatham skipper Dennis Cook. I'm Jake Klein. Dennis, wild one last night, ends in a 7-7 tie against Harwich. What'd you think?
I don't like tying the game. I thought we had a good chance of winning it, but at the end of the day, I'm really excited the way the offense turned it on and how they kept playing throughout the game and started swinging the bats and finding some barrels from about the middle of the game on. So hopefully that carries on to today.
What did that 3-run home run from Ace Reese mean for this team?
It was big. You know, that's just to get the tie was gigantic, especially after we put ourselves in such a hole there in the extra inning.
You had that 4-3 lead in the ninth inning. Turned to Caden Smith. Why was he the choice?
Just got good stuff, and it was his turn to pitch.
What'd you see from him in that outing?
I thought he did a good job. I thought he might have got out of himself a little bit, outside of himself a little bit whenever the kitchen got hot, but he settled back in. He's got great stuff, and you know he's going to be a big pitcher for us this summer, and he's going to only continue to get better as the summer goes on.
What do you think about ties in the Cape League?
They don't bother me simply because in the past we would play them out, and it would just destroy your pitching staff. So they don't bother me.
Chatting with Dennis Cook ahead of Chatham at Cotuit here at Lowell Park. Dennis, tonight against the Kedliers, you turned to Mason Peters. Pitched once already against Hyannis. What do you remember from that outing?
Good left-handed pitcher is going to compete hard. He's going to throw a lot of strikes. He's going to mix well. He's got a good curveball. Hopefully he'll keep us in the game tonight, and the offense will swing the bats.
Are you biased towards lefties at all?
No, I don't think so. Well, I like them, I guess a little bit.
Chatham and Cotuit coming right up. Dennis, I want to ask you about Chase Fralick. He's had a little bit of a slow start at the plate. Tonight you bring him behind the plate for the first time. What do you like about his defensive versatility?
It makes my job easy because I can play him at different places. He was, I think, a freshman All-American behind the plate. He can really hit. He hadn't played baseball in a couple weeks, so, he's just knocking the rust off. I'm not one bit worried about him.
You also have Jake Hanley back in there tonight after a couple of days away for him. What have your takeaways been from Jake's first week or so in Chatham?
I just think Jake needs just to take a deep breath and realize that he's a good hitter. I think he was pressing a little bit. That's why we gave him a couple of days off and just let him take some swings and watch the game and slow everything down a little bit. I think he's starting to fit in, a little bit more, feel a little bit more comfortable. He had a great BP today. So Jake's a good hitter, and I think good hitters hit.
When you say he had a great BP, what do you look for from your hitters?
He was hitting the ball a lot on the line, up the middle, and kind of the other way, staying inside the ball, and not popping a lot of balls up or rolling over. Just looks like he's on time right now.
When you assess this team you've got right now and you compare it to some of the Cape League teams you've coached in the past, how's it look?
Oh, I think our team we got a really good team. I wouldn't trade our team for any of those teams. We on paper we're really, really good. So it's just hopefully we can get things going offensively, and keep things going offensively, and build on last night and go from there.
What does the ideal offense for this team look like?
Well, we're probably power heavy. I think if I was to build the team again, I would bring in a little more speed, and we had a little more speed coming in, but those guys decided not to come up. So maybe a little more speed. That way we'll be a little more creative with our offense to score runs. We can steal some bases and go first to third on base hits to the outfield. But I think we're more of a power and a gap type team and not a speed team.
Is there anything you can do mid-summer, mid-season to add some speed or any other categories you might want to change about your roster?
Nope. We're riding down. We're going with the guys, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
The guys take the field tonight at Cotuit. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Thank you.